Bro, the smell of these sandwiches is strongly negatively affecting my performance.
There's no smell. What are you talking
What do you mean there's no smell?
I actually don't smell it.
Alrighty, boys.
Hello, friends, and welcome to Beyond the Silver Screen. As you, our loyal and faithful audience, might have noticed, we have been absent from YouTube for quite a while. And today we're very excited to come back with a dabbling in the arts, but not of the cinematic variety, but of the culinary variety. And so with this, I am proud to present to you our sampling, tasting, and ranking of some of the finest Formaggio Tostato Italian cuisine sandwiches available in this fine country. So this is my colleague here, who you might know from some of the more juvenile movie talks that we have done in the past. He is going to go over the rules of this little delightful culinary competition.
Hi, I'm Inish. Long time no see. We graduated college since then, so we've been a little busy with school. But we're back here, as Oleg said, to talk about Formaggio Tostato. So, we have a selection of 6 sandwiches today. Do you want me to list out the names, or you
Absolutely.
think we should?
Absolutely, we should do it.
I don't have these memorized.
I cannot blame you.
All right. So the sandwiches that we will be eating are the Formaggio, Sorry, go ahead.
The Formaggio is the classic sandwich. We're probably going to start off with the Formaggio. The idea behind it is that it's kind of a baseline cheese sandwich, the classic, the cult classic, and the audience favorite that every other sandwich kind of starts with.
The audience's favorite.
The audience favorite.
The audience doesn't know anything about this.
No, dude, we got requests.
That is true, that is true.
Alright.
You know, we
I
did
thought-
a
I thought-
popular poll.
I thought it would be
people-
helpful if I read out the descriptions.
Yes.
So the Formaggio, as described by the restaurant, our 3-cheese blend of mozzarella, Monterey Jack, and cheddar on a toasted bun.
Delightful.
Absolutely.
And if I'm feeling like editing this, I will put a photo of what it looks like
Yeah,
somewhere. But we'll see.
Just on screen like a telemarketing commercial.
All right. Next up, we have the CBR, which we
tell me
think
about
stands for Chicken
Bacon Ranch.
Bacon and ranch, yes.
Very
good.
Again, described by the place itself. Our 3-cheese blend of mozzarella, Monterey Jack, cheddar, with grilled chicken, bacon, and ranch on a toasted bun.
Ooh boy.
Delicious.
I cannot wait.
All right. Third up, we have. Again, when we pull out the sandwiches, we'll, I guess, figure out which one it is. It may not be in this order.
No, they
Well,
actually
we're
write
gonna-
labels on the boxes.
Yeah,
this
we're
is,
like
good,
I
this
could
is a
get the
fine
order.
restaurant.
Oh,
This
my
is, this is fine
This is not a
dining.
McDonald's, okay?
Okay,
This
my-
is this is not your normal food.
All right. Third up.
You can say that again.
Third up, we have the barbecue chicken.
Oh,
The
yeah.
American classic.
The
Tell me
American
about it.
classic. The barbecue chicken, again, starting with our 3-cheese blend of mozzarella, Monterey Jack, and cheddar, but this
Ooh.
time with grilled chicken, sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, bacon, and onion on a toasted bun.
Salivating.
Next up, we have the Mexican.
Oh, tell me
Exotic.
about it.
Yes, the Mexican. Where is it? There we go. The Mexican, once again, our 3-cheese blend of mozzarella, Monterey Jack, and cheddar, with chorizo, guacamole, and jalapeno on a toasted bun.
Slap your mama.
You know, looking at this menu right now, I really love the creativity and thought they put into
Yeah.
No, it just means they have a very reliable foundation, like a solid house, like a brick wall. A 3-cheese blend of Monterey Jack, cheddar, and whatever else it is.
I mean, when you've got like foundations as strong as the 3-cheese blend,
That's
you
true.
really
You
Just
throw
can't go
any-
wrong with it.
Every
anything on
sandwich
there.
must come from a great foundation. And I believe Formaggio Tostato is gonna amaze us with its great foundation.
All right, next up we have the pizza.
Oh snap! What is
So, the pizza. Once again starts with our 3-cheese blend of mozzarella, Monterey Jack, and cheddar,
Ooh.
but this time with pepperoni and pizza sauce on a toasted bun.
That sounds so appetizing.
I like the simplicity of this dish.
Yeah, they take it in a different direction because typically you have the sauce, the cheese, and then like the toppings, and it kind of melts together.
Mhm.
This time they toast the cheese. That's just sauce on top of it,
Oh.
and then just pepperoni on top of the sauce, so it doesn't really melt into the cheese.
I like innovation.
I like innovation.
I love it.
As Gordon Ramsay once said, and this is a joke because I don't want to get in legal trouble like 30 years later, but as Gordon Ramsay once said, the whole point of European cuisine in general is to focus on only a few several very strong tasting ingredients, and I genuinely do believe that the pizza as a sandwich captures that ideology.
Absolutely.
And last but certainly not least, we will be looking at the Greek. Once again with our 3-cheese blend of mozzarella, Monterey Jack, and cheddar, but this time with feta, black olive, tomato, onion, and banana pepper rings. Once again on a toasted bun.
That is awesome. They've taken the classic Greek salad and put it inside a sandwich.
So yeah, those will be the sandwiches. The criteria that we'll be judging these sandwiches on, we're going to be having a scale of 1 to 5, obviously 1 being horrible, 5 being the best food I've ever eaten.
Absolutely.
And we will be rating each sandwich in 3 different categories. The first category being presentation, the second one being health. Well, I guess I should explain. Presentation, how does it look? Does it look good? Does it look appetizing? Health, we've learned as college students that it's very important to keep track of your diet and making sure that you have healthy life and food choices. So we want to see just like how beneficial it would be to, let's say you're having a late night, you're working on a project, I have to get some food. Is Formaggio Tostato a good choice to go to? Health, again, scale of 1 to 5. And then last but not least, taste. Once again, scale of 1 to 5. So
No commentary needed for taste, I guess.
yeah, taste, does it taste?
Self-explanatory.
Does it taste
Self-explanatory,
good?
yeah.
So yeah, those will be the 3 categories, and then we'll add up the scores, and then at the very end we will rank each sandwich on a ranking. So that's all I got to say. Anything you guys think I missed or you want to add onto this?
I would just like to say that this video is not sponsored by anybody. We're doing this out of our own will, and I hope you all enjoy it.
But if Formaggio Tostato wants to pay us,
If you do.
If the YouTube,
If
we
you
will
do.
happily take money. If
Absolutely.
anyone wants to sponsor us, we'll take money.
Patreon link here in the corner.
On that link, yeah.
All right.
All right.
Do you guys think we should get some water? Because I feel like we'll need that.
Yes, please.
Yes,
Wash
please.
it down. Okay. Pass your glasses over.
Thank you.
From the finest taps of Italy.
Yeah, the slight green in the water is actually the minerals.
All right.
Gotta cleanse the palate.
Just like how mom used to make. All right.
Dude, my hands are shaking because of the anticipation.
Absolutely.
Of just like putting the absolute delight of Formaggio Tostato in my mouth. So, now I'm gonna break out the utensils. I wanna make it clear to the audience that the utensils have been pre-packaged because we do not want any like atmospheric, events to impact the flavor of the sandwiches. This is truly an unbiased review. So yeah, we really did our homework and put in the effort.
Alright, so first things first, we have.
Allow me to get out the cutting board.
Alright, yes, of course. We have.
Oh, part of the course. Of course.
Allow me to bring out the cutting board.
Cannot have a perfect dinner without a little mishap. So the first one is the classic, the 3-cheese blend of Monterey. You heard it already.
Absolutely.
No need to repeat. I will be taking an alternative angle to really
Wait,
capture
get the logo also.
capture the beauty of this sandwich for our faithful and beautiful audience.
Mwah.
Feel free to open the sample.
Specimen A.
The Formaggio.
We have. Oh,
Beautifully prepackaged.
beautiful pre-package. Wait, should we cut it into it first before we?
No. Oh, look at that.
This looks beautiful. Oh,
Mm.
delightful. Let me get in all of its glory.
We need a cross section
Oh,
of
yes.
this.
Oh,
What
yeah.
do you guys think?
We're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut
Wait. Presentation.
Pre-
Presentation. We should get it on the cutting board first, I think.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So what do we have?
Get it off there. Get it off there. There we go.
All right. So I would have to say that the checkerboard design of these wrappers really like it's very enticing, you know,
Yes.
because it's making it look like, you know, this is not only an art but it's a game. It's a game where the strong man will win.
I am going to capture. Can you move this water glass, please? Thank you very much. I just want our audience to be able to taste the sandwich from every possible angle.
So for presentation, I'm gonna be honest. I could have gone for something a little more, personally.
I'm gonna stop recording this.
Go ahead.
I feel like we have enough
I don't know,
telemarketing.
I feel like we should do a cross section before.
Oh, yeah,
the
we should
judges-
do it. We should do
judges'
a-
appearance.
All right.
Well, I disagree actually, because the way a sandwich is presented is, you know, it comes out on a plate for you somewhere like in Tuscany on a beautiful villa, and it's the first emotion, the primal instinct that is evoked by the sandwich in your like inner self. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know, but when looking at a piece of art like that from Formaggio Tostato, you can't only look at the surface. You have to look.
Beauty is not
inside.
only skin deep. Beauty can be.
Beauty could be deep. And I feel we should see what's deep within.
Very well, you have convinced me. Allow me to capture this footage.
Dan, would you like to do the honors?
I would love to do the honors.
The Formaggio.
All right,
What
cut into-
secrets do you hide?
Cut into 3 chunks.
Beautiful. Oh, I get my finger literally. Got it. It's gonna be delicious.
There we
Mm.
go. Oh.
Dang.
All right. So
And
next
what do we
section.
have here?
Yes, you can definitely see the cheese, the famed 3-cheese blend that includes Monterey Jack and 2 other previously named cheeses.
Yeah, I really love, like, when I touched the bread, it felt very, very soft. So
You can see they toasted it. There's like burn marks
absolutely.
Yes.
on the bread.
I
So
do want to know that this came out of a toaster at some point. All right.
All right, so
The footage
presentation.
has been captured.
Presentation, 1 out of 5. What do you guys think? From one scale of 1 to 5. What do you
I
think?
would, like, knowing that it has, like, the toasted aspect to it and the visibility of the cheese, I would give it a proper 2 out of 5.
I was on the same wavelength. I was gonna say a 2 out of 5.
All right, this might be a hot take in this room, but I would like to say that I think this is actually very creative, how the simplest sandwich of the bunch, the foundation upon which every other sandwich is built, is presented in a manner that is simple, you know, kind of like everyman presentation. Just a little wrapping, humble sandwich with a little burn mark, something that every college student could maybe do when they were heating up the sandwich on their own. I'm gonna go with a 3. I think this sandwich
Okay.
is packing something that not every connoisseur will be able to appreciate.
All right, cool.
All right, so I guess for the next 2, we should also explain one more thing about the rules is each of us is allowed to give, the scale is 1 to 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we are also each allowed 1 0 out of 5 for each category over the whole time. So one sandwich could receive a 0 in either taste, health, or presentation at any point. So also important to throw out there. I guess for the next 2, we would have to try the sandwich to see what we think. Let us
Thank you.
The bread is very supple. You're using your hands.
I'm sorry. I have forgotten.
Can you treat the cuisine with a little bit of respect and dignity?
Unfortunately, yes. I don't know how to open this up. You guys didn't even wait for me to eat the sandwich. Good work.
I waited.
I couldn't contain myself.
I waited, Daniel.
Mm.
It was in my mouth, and I said,
And what?
Wait. No comments yet. I haven't eaten it yet.
I don't want any
I choked while I was laughing. I need a little water.
I'm gonna
All
start
right.
hiccuping. All right, ready, Daniel?
We have to finish, right?
Absolutely.
As food critiques, we can start critiquing after our first bite.
Yeah.
I would have to say.
I feel like I need more of this before I can really. Like, I'm not satisfied. I feel like the sandwich has more to offer.
Oh, I'm so salty. Yeah, I'm glad I tasted a little more of it because the second bite unraveled for me the intricacies of the burn mark on the sandwich.
Bro, the dough is raw. I'm not eating this.
No, you are.
The dough is raw.
Yeah, I know you'll finish
Look,
it.
it's raw.
That's
not
cheese.
cheese.
That's cheese.
No.
Daniel, the chef undercooked the bun to add a little bit of spice. It's not a food you can easily consume.
You
It's,
don't do medium
challenges
rare
you.
on a bread.
Honestly, medium rare is honestly.
How was it, fellas?
it was delightful. You want to
Here,
come into frame?
we're in it.
Yes.
You want to do a cameo?
Now it's on.
You want to do a cameo?
What's up, guys?
Hey.
This is YouTube.
Yeah, this is YouTube.
How much are you on?
The Formaggio.
The Formaggio,
classic.
the number one, the first one.
You're on the first one?
Yeah.
Just finishing it up. How was it?
So good. You want to try a little slice?
Oh,
try a
I
little
would
bit?
rather kill myself. No,
Oh,
I'm good.
that's fair. And we're demonetized.
Now we can't advertise to kids.
And that is fine because let me just say, this is not a dish for children. This is food for people who
Can't buy anything else.
like to be challenged.
Gastronomically challenged.
Allow me to. I feel like the intricate flavor of the undercooked bun is influencing my take on this cheese. Allow me to try the sample out
I'll be honest, in terms of
piece
health,
by piece.
this is not the worst. It's bread and cheese. 3 cheese. Oh wait, Brendan,
Yeah.
are you starting the washer?
Yeah.
Wait, can you wait?
What's up?
It's gonna fuck up the sound.
Yeah, because we're
We're recording.
I can. If
right
you
now.
load it up, I'll turn it on for you. It will probably be done in like a half hour.
Oh, for noise?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for noise.
Okay. Yeah, well, you just turn it on.
I can just turn it on for you. Yeah.
Thank you,
Sorry.
Brendan. We love you.
We love you, Brendan.
We truly love Brendan. To Brendan.
To Brendan.
Now my hands are shaking because of the experiences that
Alright,
I've
so,
accumulated through the sampling of the sandwich.
You think we should just dive into the health first, or the taste? What do you guys feel?
We should do that first.
All right. In terms of health, I'll make a point to say that it's a pretty small portion. So it's a small portion, which is good calorically speaking, and it's very simple. It's just bread and cheese. It wasn't very greasy, shockingly, for something with 3 cheese blend. So yeah, in terms of health, it's not the worst that you could get.
Something that perhaps not every connoisseur is going to appreciate about the sandwich is how overpriced it is in terms of bang for your buck. So I would like to say that sandwiches like these, Formaggio Tostato, are what encourage people like us to budget in a more clever manner, which then leads to better dietary choices. So I will definitely factor it into my health score.
I'm gonna be honest here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be very, very
Hey,
objective
we've
and
been-
analytical. on
We've
this.
been honest.
Yeah, no, we have, and I totally
Yes.
agree. So like, having the bread, right? That fluffy, that thick of a bread, good source of carbohydrates. The cheese adds on a lot of calcium, a lot of
Healthy fats.
healthy fats in there. It's very good. But I feel like, you know, when I eat a sandwich, I really want, you know, the whole shebang. I want some more fibers, maybe some more proteins, maybe. You know
I
what
can
I'm saying?
understand that. Yeah.
It's really nice that they had a 3 cheese blend, so you get different kinds of fatty acids going on, all good for the human body. But I think it's really just it needs like a little push. You know what I'm saying?
An interesting take.
I think it just needs a little bit more.
Okay, I see what you mean. I didn't think about the other like food groups that are also at play in maintaining a healthy diet. So
I will have to concede that your point is of import, and yet I find it hard to let go of my already developed appreciation of just how much the sandwich plays around with like the incentives.
True.
Yeah.
That is true.
Like it incentivizes me. It provides me just enough utility to satiate me, but on the same level, like I feel like I wasted my money. And I just really appreciate that because I understand that it's gonna make me a smarter consumer in the future.
You wasted your money?
I do. I really do.
No. Think. I'm saying
Oh no, I know.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say. Okay.
And
In
it's
terms
just
of
like making me a more rational consumer. You know what I'm saying?
in terms of health, I would give it a 2 as well. It's not quite a 1, but I can't really. There's not much else nutritionally speaking other than bread and cheese. So it's I do want to say I find it very nice that they've innovated. They found a way to make a dish which is toasted or toasted bread and cheese, like a grilled cheese almost.
That is true. I think
It's
that's
new. It's a new
No, I
thing.
totally agree. And in fact, the fact like this is probably an enhanced version of grilled cheese because a lot of times people find these issues with making grilled cheese of over toasting their bodies, and that causes that you're basically creating cancerous substances with so much toast on the bread.
Yeah.
Whereas here they absolutely under toasted
Yeah.
the bread, so there's nothing that it's very healthy.
It's
You
chewy.
can see the
It's
eccentricity of the chef with like
absolutely,
it's a whole spectrum. Like the chef doesn't want you to just try a sandwich and settle on that flavor. They want you. It's kind of like an art piece that portrays maybe like all of the negatives of its contemporary society alongside the positives. Like
That's
it's a
true.
whole roller coaster ride, the ups and the downs.
It's
Yeah.
almost Shakespearean.
It was also a shockingly good jaw exercise. It was very chewy.
It is very chewy.
Very
It's
chewy.
very
At the end of the day, I do have to raise one to the skill of the chef who managed to fuck up an unfuckupable dish.
Yes. For health, what would you say?
I'm gonna give it a 3 because I was really impressed with the economics of the sandwich.
Economics. Did you major in that?
I would also
Don't reveal too much about my
Okay.
identity.
I would also give it a 3 because if it's very average, average nutritional value. It's
Okay.
almost like eating a bowl of cereal.
And the all-important taste.
Yes. Given that I've eaten raw dough, which is I personally don't like the taste of raw dough.
It's an opinion you're allowed to have.
It's totally my opinion.
Yes.
I don't represent anybody, right?
Except yourself.
Except for myself. I represent nobody but myself, all right? And speaking through the bottom of my heart, I don't like it.
So out of 5, Daniel.
So out of 5, I would unfortunately I have to give it a 1.
That's fair.
I have to give it a 1.
I'm inclined to follow suit with my colleague, but I have to restrain myself because I understand that this was just the first sandwich of the bunch. And like, if I give this sandwich, the Formaggio, the classic, a 1, then once we get to the pizza, I'm gonna have to unfortunately, I'm not allowed to give out like a negative 100. So I'm gonna have to restrain myself on this one. On taste, it's gonna be a 2.
I'll say I didn't like it. I didn't hate it. It's definitely a negative. So yeah, I'm gonna go with a 2 as well because it is a negative score, but it's not quite the worst thing I've eaten before. So.
Terrific.
All right.
All right, we have gone through the first sandwich.
All right. Why are we? Okay.
I'm not clapping. This did not deserve a clap. I'm
All
sorry.
right, so for our next
Would you
one-
give it a 2?
I gave it a 2, yes.
And
Daniel
Daniel
gave it
gave it
1.
one.
I gave it 1.
All right.
All right, so the next one on the list is the CBR.
Also, I think Daniel, you may want to scoot over a little bit.
Oh, really?
A little bit. You're pretty good.
I mean, how much effort are we putting into that?
Not much.
All right, so
Too
here
much,
we
isn't
have.
it?
I
So
feel like
Oh, I'm gonna get a clear shot.
I don't want to put the.
I mean, don't put it too
The
far away.
styrofoam.
Yeah.
You'll need the water.
Yes.
All right, so here we have the CBR.
Beautiful.
Let us unravel the treasure.
Oh, ho bowls. The similar style packaging really delivers the same brand
It's the
message.
same package.
Absolutely, like
Yeah,
it
it's the same.
invokes a certain emotion when we see motifs.
Nostalgia.
Like,
Yeah, nostalgia.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's almost like a familiarity. You know
absolutely.
What I'm saying?
So when you look at that, you know
I feel like
exactly.
I'm unwrapping my uncle.
What?
You're about to taste your uncle.
God, no.
All right.
No.
So let's see.
Let's see. What's this
Oh, I
one?
can already see the.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh.
The ranch is a playful figure.
Oh,
Good word.
Daniel, careful.
I'm sorry.
You're dealing with gold.
That's true.
Let me throw that out.
Could someone like move the cutting board closer to me?
All right, here we go. The specimen is in the container. Ah, beautiful. So let me really get this before the dissection from every possible
Cross
angle.
section.
No, the dissection.
That's the dissection.
I did not misspeak. Beautiful.
All right.
You want to cut into it, Daniel?
Let us cut into it.
I want to touch it as least times as possible.
Oh my goodness.
I am ready to capture
I
the moment.
really enjoy how like everything is leaking out of the sandwich. You can see like knowing that it's leaking so hard, right? You know that you're definitely getting the most bang out of your
The
butt,
flavors
you know
are
what
just
I'm
ready to
saying?
burst out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I can't even hold on
Yeah.
to it.
It's
so-
reminding you to get a drink by oozing out of the sandwich because you realize that once you eat the gross oozing bits, the sandwich itself is going to be rather dry, judging from the previous experience. Beautiful. Let's do a nice into the belly of the beast.
Oh, you can see the
shot.
chunks of bacon.
Oh my.
The chunks of
Oh.
ranch as well.
and
Yeah.
the grilled chicken. Dang,
I love my
wow.
ranch chunky.
You
so-
can really smell the odor of the sandwich.
I'm actually quite
I can't-
excited
I can't
about this.
smell this.
I
All right.
can definitely smell it.
Footage received.
One second.
I can.
So-
I'm absolutely feeling.
Oh,
very,
I smell it now. Okay.
Very
Ooh,
excited
that is potent.
about this.
Hey, we can't leave.
We cannot
Can't
waste
leave.
food here.
Let's try a chunk of chicken alone. Mmm. That's definitely the chicken.
Bon
dish.
appetit, boys.
Mm.
Yeah, I can definitely see that the bun is definitely more toasted. Well, no, wait, we have to go do appearance first, right?
Oh yeah, appearance.
Appearance.
I'm gonna be honest. 1 out of 5. I'm gonna be completely honest.
I don't know. I think the appearance of this sandwich is definitely better than the original.
Oh wow, I literally cannot
Oh
cut
my
through the
goodness! Oh
bread.
wait. Okay.
I cannot-
This is a classic good sign. You see how like the bun is
Oh my.
there's an indent in the bun. Not a lot of sandwich places do that.
Mm.
You know, this goes to show how much the chef cares about its customers. They really want people to enjoy whatever concoction they have in there.
I have so many feelings. I'm not gonna speak about the taste and the health of the sandwich quite yet. But I do want to say that in terms of presentation, I really enjoyed how the chef decided to kind of play with our expectations by making us salivate because of like the grand reputation of the dish, but at the same time making it look so fucking disgusting that I almost lost my previous sandwich because of looking at the next one.
You don't like seeing pallid, squishy, dry chicken.
My lord.
I don't know, but like just by judging on what it looks like, I would honestly give it a 3 out of 5. I would honestly
Daniel.
give it a 3 out of 5.
I would like to say that, respectfully,
It's
you
a
are
1 from me.
completely insane.
I'm grunting because of pain.
Oh my. You know how they say sometimes the sequel isn't as good as the original?
And this sandwich certainly has no Godfather.
Yeah. I was hoping for like a Spider-Man 2 type of relationship where the sequel improves on the original in every way. This seems to be more of a Kingsman 2 type situation.
This is a full-on Venom, let there be carnage. Because the first one wasn't good in the first place.
The only carnage happening is inside my body.
Yeah, I have made up my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Decisions have been made,
I have
all the
also.
tough choices. But I will finish my sandwich because those are the rules.
Oh, ooh, that's really so chewy. Is that chicken? I don't know. Oh. some more water. Anyone else need a refill?
Allow me to cleanse my palate properly. Delightful. The water, I mean, not the sandwich.
Awesome. Thank you.
May I present first? Because I have
course.
very strong feelings about this sandwich.
You should go for it.
Go ahead. Go for it.
I was fascinated by the interplay of the undercooked dough in the very hard outer layer, and how the undercooked dough inside kind of blended together with the somewhat solid ranch, and then it evaporated into like this almost liquid chicken. It was like, it felt like I was eating a raw egg with the shell, because like the outer side was so hard and the inner parts of the sandwich were so practically like not even a tender, they were a soup, if I may be so bold as to invoke that word. I feel challenged in every respect of my culinary preference. I hate this, but I'm afraid to say it because I feel like there is a certain divine plan that I'm not like even able to grasp. It is certainly a challenge, and I thank the chef for enlightening me.
I know, I'd like to have a nice counterpoint where I find it interesting you described it as a soup and very liquid, because the chicken for me was borderline unchewable.
You probably had the side and I had the middle.
Yeah, I think that's what happened, because I was chewing it, and there was a point that I like reached where I was like, what am I don't know what I'm chewing, because it just felt, I don't know if this is a way to describe the eating experience, or like, you know, like, or if people think about this while they eat, but like, it felt wrong to chew this with my teeth. My teeth didn't like the texture of what they were chewing.
No, certainly the dish is so
And-
abstract that once you do like an ordinary thing, like chewing it with your teeth, it feels wrong just because of how
Yeah.
ordinary it is. It's almost like you should be chewing it with your tongue or something.
I don't know how they managed to make it dry, yet no, just dry. It was just dry. I was gonna say there's some ranch flavor, but it's kind of lost in the bacon grease
And the raw
I
dough.
think I'm just gonna have to take a hot take here, and I have to say I actually quite enjoyed the taste of this.
You're insane, dude. There's no way.
I have to-
believe it.
I have to admit,
Dale's about to go full clown.
the
on
texture of hear me out. The texture of this sandwich is that I agree. It's not very satiating, right? The outside is very, very overcooked. It's over toasted, and the inside it's a little bit too liquidy for us to even recognize what we're eating, right? But I would have to say that the combination of the ranch and chicken is pretty good. The bacon adds a little bit of saltiness.
A little
So
bit of
the-
saltiness.
To me, yes. And so it
A
adds
little.
enough salt
I was
to
gonna say more than enough.
provide
Borderline enough to fell a cow.
provide enough
If I
seasoning
could.
to the entire dish.
Mhm.
And so in terms of texture, I don't quite like the texture. But in terms of like the flavor, I'm pretty okay with it. I think in terms of a dish, in terms of taste, I would give it a 3 out of 5.
I have to be true to
It's
myself.
well seasoned. Like the dish is well seasoned. It's not like super salty, super sweet, or super like creamy because of the ranch.
In the words of the great culinary critic Gordon Ramsay,
Yes.
it was fucking raw.
What did you guys give presentation?
Oh, I think I gave it a 3.
I'm pretty sure I gave it a 1.
That's fair. All right. In terms of taste, I guess since we're on that wavelength, it's also a 1 for me. I did not enjoy eating this sandwich.
On the one hand, something I said about the Formaggio is that I'm anticipating all the other culinary delights that we're about to indulge in. I just have to be true to myself. In terms of taste, this sandwich is an absolute 0.
Dang.
Damn.
We've got our first zeros
We got
in
our
the house.
first zero. You can't give anything up. You threw out that zero very early.
Yeah, you threw out.
This sandwich was fucking disgusting.
The one with the least expectation I have is the Greek. I'm saving my zero for that.
Just because there's no meat in it.
Well, I mean, I look at the picture.
It's also a fair point.
Don't get me wrong there, at least I'm hoping you can't overcook or undercook an olive. Because every single ingredient in this sandwich, starting from the outer shell that is the dough, coming into like the real pearl within the shell, which is the like raw dough chicken ranch soup with chunks of bacon in it. Every single ingredient in this dish was meticulously cooked raw. There is not a single ingredient that was well prepared. This is a magnificent level of ineptitude.
In terms of health, I may actually have to give this a zero. Like I'm thinking about it.
It's
There's-
zeros going in.
I'm thinking about it.
like
I'm between.
flies.
I am between a 0 and a 1 because on one hand, like I'm thinking it had the pizzas there, and the pizza is just tomato sauce and pepperoni.
Maybe it's gonna be our favorite.
Wait, no, you can't, you know, like, when the rating should not be comparative.
Yeah, that is why I gave this a 0. I dread the pizza,
Yeah,
but this sandwich fucking sucked.
yeah, no, yeah, you have to judge it by what you currently see.
Okay, currently, yeah, it's a 0 in the health.
It's a
like it's
0 in
bacon,
health.
chicken, and ranch. There's nothing of nutrition. Oh, and cheese. My bad. There's nothing of nutritional value here, and I am appalled. I'm assuming it's a. What are you giving it health? The health?
Well, I'm not quite ready to bring out the 0 for health because while the sandwich has very little to offer in the health department, at the very least it's not actively hazardous to your health. Which, judging by the standards represented in the first 2 samples, I'm kind of expecting to witness by the end of this
That's fair.
dinner. So I'm gonna give it a 1.
That's fair.
It's gonna be a very timid
Daniel.
stance.
So this is definitely not your ordinary sandwich, right? It
You
has
can
a
say
little
that
bit more.
again.
So it's not just this cheese, right? This time they added protein, so that's definitely an upgrade towards the protein spectrum of health, right? It's giving you the necessary proteins you need. It's also giving you even more fat, right?
A lot of fat.
A lot of fat, also a lot of sodium, and those are the reasons why I cannot give it more than a 2. So I'm gonna have to give it a
This
shot.
is more of an Oreo than a sandwich because like there's literally a cookie on the outside and the inside is cream.
Yeah, this is like an Oreo.
An Oreo.
An Oreo where you put like grilled.
Proceed.
When you put grilled chicken in your Oreo, I think it's a perfect.
Yeah,
perfect
I would say
scenario.
if you replace perhaps the cream with the ranch and put in some undercooked chicken and then chunks of bacon, of course.
It's not, the chicken's not undercooked though. I feel like the
Oh
that's
no,
undercooked
it's
is-
overcooked. It's definitely overcooked.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. It's overcooked, not undercooked.
No, like do not get me wrong. It was not, the chicken was not even so raw that it was running around in the backyard. It was so raw that it fucking turned into a liquid. That is a new level of raw chicken.
Alright, we are done with our second sandwich.
Alright, moving on to sandwich
Moving on to
number 3.
sandwich number 3, which is the. What is it on the list? Are we going?
It's the
by list?
barbecue chicken.
It is the barbecue chicken.
I am starting the recording of the sample.
And I have to say, look how cute the chef was being. You know,
Aw,
It's
Chick
trying to-
X.
Chick X. You know, it's trying to get to our language.
That's I know it's actually it's very clever because this is actually not chicken and they're using a genetically modified thing called.
Well, we don't
Chick X.
know that yet. You know, we have
Well,
to. We don't know.
Judging by my previous experience with the chicken, I am incentivized to believe my colleague here.
Fair enough. All right, and we shall unbox this.
Oh,
Hello
another
there.
cameo. Hello. You want to say hi to YouTube?
Fair enough.
All right.
Alright. Beautiful wrapping.
Another beautiful wrapping.
It's like
technology.
opening an Apple case with your iPhone. Beautiful.
Absolutely. All right, let us reveal the goodie.
Similarly, I would not recommend you eat your iPhone.
Although it may have more nutritional value.
All right, so this is the barbecue chicken.
Oh.
It actually looks like a chicken.
Wait.
Oh my.
Allow me to get the lips of the sandwich.
Anish, do you want to move?
You can really see. You can really see. I have my eyes on the prize in there. Oh my lord.
No, like move it closer to this.
Yeah.
Alright.
And now the dissection.
I can kind of see
You
the
see the-
barbecue kind of leaking out, so it must be super juicy.
I see the on-brand hard outer shell, of course.
Oh, ooh, we're getting a
Oh,
tease,
mama.
little tease of the barbecue sauce.
Hello, Chupapi.
Oh, they even have onions in there.
Yeah.
Getting in with the root vegetable.
Much like Shrek, this is a sandwich with layers.
You know, in terms of presentation, I am.
Ooh, I can smell the barbecue.
Is it pleasant?
The odor of barbecue is tantalizing my nostrils, and the chef definitely intended for this to happen. I will factor that into my presentation score.
All right.
Alright, so in terms of presentation, what do you guys think?
Honestly, a step up from last time. The chicken is not as disgusting looking. So, that's a plus. It's not as disgusting. It still looks disgusting, but it's just not as disgusting.
Well, at least it's not soupy this time.
Yeah, it's not soupy. It's covered in barbecue sauce.
Okay, I have to ask, are 1 to 5, or rather 0 to 5 spectrum, is it relative or is it absolute?
Absolutely.
Because I am not prepared to give to grace the sandwich with a 5 out of 5, but the presentation was quite enticing compared to the previous two.
Yeah, absolutely.
This was a step up. This is a step up in terms of presentation.
I do say though, for like a gourmet dish, I would want to see a little bit more color in the dish, you know? So like the dish has like, it's too much red.
You can taste the color.
It's too much red, so.
So you mean more color like
But this is just me nitpicking, you know? So like, you know how like you put
more like the
garnish on
CBR. You want it to be more pallid and ranchy.
I want it to have a little bit more green, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Oh my.
just a little bit garnish.
Oh my.
I will say the artificial flavoring is a nice change of pace from the absolute raw
Oh.
dough and disgust of the previous two. Mm.
My sandwich has been destroyed.
It was destroyed when it was delivered.
It was never made in the first place. Mm. I feel like I could really go with some pepper to help me. I've already made my judgments upon the taste and the health. I just want to get through this.
Look. You know, I brought some hot sauce today. Should I bring it down?
No. We need to eat it as intended.
Back with God.
God had nothing to do with this.
I have some hot takes that I will be throwing out. Alright, in terms of presentation, I'm going to do something very uncharacteristic. And I would honestly give it a 3 out of 5. I think it looked more appetizing than both other sandwiches. And it looked like a sandwich I could actually see being served in like a middle school dining hall, which is more than I can say for the other two, so.
Yeah.
A step up, a step in the right direction.
I would have to actually agree with that sentiment. Even though like it's actually a presentable sandwich, it's something I would see myself eating. It's just in terms of like the next level, you have to have more color. It's just full on red. So I would have to give it a 4
Out of 5.
I will be honest, it is definitely not a sandwich I could see myself eating in any other circumstances, even based on presentation alone, mind you. But I do want to say that I'm very appreciative. Like, I can clearly see that the chef had impulses and visions that only a true director of a movie can have, because once we unpack that sandwich, a scene has started unraveling before our very eyes. First, the bright color of the barbecue sauce blaze with your eyes.
You okay there, buddy?
No. The color of the barbecue sauce blaze with your eyes. The smell of chicken and this like artificial flavoring tantalizes and kind of like almost invigorates your nostrils, preparing your eyes to cry once the flavor of the artificial stuff touches your tongue. And then when it touches your lips, you just the regret, the emotional climax of the scene really comes pouring in. This is a 4 out of 5, and
Oh
this
my.
sandwich knows how to set up a drama.
Let's see if the setup paid off.
So in terms of health, what do you all think?
Again, a step up from the last time, I would say. What's up?
Hey man,
Wait, where's the rest of the food?
over there.
It's okay.
No, we're only.
Wait, how close are you?
We're
to
halfway.
We're halfway.
Oh
We're
my
halfway.
god.
We're taking this analytically.
You guys already look so tired.
I am exhausted.
No, dude, like I was so excited to taste the first sandwich, and then I just like put it in my mouth, and I could feel my life force draining.
The first one wasn't as bad. The second one was.
The first one was just
really
an average
bad.
one. It was
Not
just
average, it was
just an-
severely
it was
below
It was
average.
average.
No.
This whole culinary experience, it's like a journey, like with the ups and downs. You like walk up a hill and then down a hill. You know
Well,
what I'm
what kind of sandwich? What kind of place is it? Is it just like a
Italian.
sandwich?
Italian food.
Should we refresh the water? Because I feel like we'll need it.
That's a good time too. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay, thank you. Well, I guess I'll clean off my plate. Are you now?
I feel.
I feel like after this, I'm gonna be satiated. Not satisfied, but satiated.
I'll be full after this, potentially. Wow, wow, wow. What's the time now, actually?
10:22.
Holy shit. We've been doing this for over 1.5 hours.
Oh no, we've been setting up a while. Like you texted me that the food is here at 8:30, and we probably started a good hour after that.
I thought it's gonna be absolutely horrendous.
Well, it's actually about as bad as I expected.
It is slightly better than what I thought it was gonna be. Like I thought it was gonna be like sloppy, like it's actually unedible. No joke, like just looking at the pictures, it's like no like
Yes.
no
Obviously,
offense,
with all
but
the
it's like-
money that went into preparing the dishes, they had to cut some corners, and the marketing department was among the first to be slaughtered.
Yeah, it's just honestly, if you have better bread, right, and then you actually used like a panini press or something like that, this would have been a good sandwich.
Yeah, so like you use better bread,
and
better
equipment.
ingredients,
No, I think the
Make it
ingredients
better?
is fine. I think the ingredients is
just
fine.
make a better sandwich.
I just think that there's probably like an equipment issue. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. The bread itself tasted fine. Like in
No,
terms
like-
of the flavor.
Hold
it
on,
was
this is one of
really
those
fine.
places that Gordon Ramsay would like go to on Kitchen Nightmares and like scream at the chef 100% good. Like
Oh, yeah,
normally you
absolutely.
think like you watch those videos like YouTube clips of Kitchen Nightmares and you think to yourself, nah, Gordon Ramsay's just being ruthless to these poor chefs who are like who are preparing the dishes pretty much not up to a standard but acceptable for most human beings. And no, you like taste everything that Gordon Ramsay ever brings up. The absolutely horrendous ingredients, the disgusting raw dough. Like I could totally see some like awful chef make a pizza with that sort of dough on the crust. Like, this is a challenge. This is a challenge. How fucking long does Einish get water?
He's just talking to people. Be right back. back.
Well, not quite. But
Oh, we're almost back.
we're in the process of being back. We like gonna watch it, and it's like actually unsalvageable.
Again, low effort. Low effort. Don't put too much thinking into this. For I am hungry.
All right. Did you close the door?
Yep.
All right.
Alright, so I think we were talking about the just the look of it, the appearance. Now
Yep.
I have to talk about the health and
Yep.
the taste.
So my presentation was 4.
Yeah, my presentation was 4.
My presentation was a 3, so.
All right. Hello, friends. We had a slight technical issue with the production of this fine dinner. So now we're catching up, and since we have finished talking about the presentation, we are going to move on to health and taste.
So let's kick it off with the health. What do you all think?
In terms of health, this was definitely a step up from the CBR. It doesn't feel like it's clogging my arteries as much with the grease and the fat and all that. There's a little bit of onion, nice freshness. Onions are supposed to be good for you. I would honestly throw this up to a 2 out of 5. It's not the worst option out there. I would argue the CBR is close to the worst option out there, but the barbecue chicken, it was okay. It's very simple. It's just cheese, chicken, and not as much barbecue sauce as I was expecting, which in terms of health, positive. In terms of taste, we'll get there, but yeah, 2 for me. What were you guys?
I think this is a very interesting situation because it's not quite the one of the dreadful CBR. Like, there was less raw bread for me on this one. The ingredients were actually cooked, and the artificial flavoring is probably a much better for me than everything else that I was unfortunate enough to flavor in the CBR. So I will probably say this is a 2 because it's not quite good enough to receive the high praise of a 3 out of 5 that I gave the Formaggio. But it is not the worst thing I ever put in my mouth, and you can quote me on that. It's a 2.
I would say in terms of health, this is, to me personally, actually, it's a step up to the Formaggio because the Formaggio only has cheese and bread, but this one is cheese, bread, chicken, more proteins.
Is it chicken though?
And it gives you more with the sweet baby Ray, sweet baby barbecue sauce. You can look at the Continent Bear. Shout out to.
First of all, I don't even believe they said that was Sweet Baby
They
Ray.
actually
They did. Yeah.
That was how the fuck can you fuck up
So-
prepackaged barbecue sauce out of a bottle? It tasted like the most artificial flavoring I put in my mouth this month.
Yeah. So with all those,
Let me see. It was
in together,
definitely
I
said.
would give it.
Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce with capital letters.
I think
Wow.
it has almost everything, right? It has the proteins, it has the sugar, it has
The
it has the bread,
cholesterol.
it has
Say that again.
it has the cheese. It does not have, unfortunately, it doesn't have the vitamins, and it does not have any fiber. There's no like vegetables in there. So unfortunately, I can
There was
only
some
give
onion.
it.
There was some onion.
There were some onions, yeah, but like I'm thinking more like greener, like vegetables.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh, you're
getting-
looking forward to the Greek?
Yeah. So in terms of,
The way just yeah.
in terms of
Yeah.
health, I would give it a
4. A 4. All right.
because it's better than normal.
You literally put raw
3 is the
dough.
average.
You put raw dough,
3 is the
fried chicken, and Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue
Dude, you know-
sauce,
dude, you
and
know-
you're like, this is a 4 out of 5 in the health
Dan,
department.
you know this is on a scale of like 5, not 100, right?
I know, and so that's why I didn't give it 5. So
Out of
There is room for improvement.
a little bit.
Let
yeah.
it be said.
there's
Alright,
definitely room for improvement.
In terms of taste, I'm gonna be honest. This might be my least favorite taste-wise.
What?
Possibly.
Wow.
Possibly.
Okay, you the human.
Possibly. I'm between a 0 and a 1, And I'll explain why is because it's so dry and boring. There's the Sweet Baby Ray's, there's not enough barbecue sauce at all, like in this sandwich. It's super dry, it just tastes like cheese, chicken, and bread. But that being said, I don't know if I want more because I'm afraid of what they would bring if they gave more. So maybe I should count my blessings that it was restraining itself. You know, the more I talk about it, I'll give it a 1. A 1 out of 5 because it's bad.
You really didn't like this.
I
Well,
really
fair
don't.
enough.
Also, another issue that I have is when you add onion into a dish. I'm in the camp of like I like onion. I like pickled onions or like even like fresh raw onion in a sandwich to bring freshness to the sandwich. And I've had barbecue chicken sandwiches where they have onion in it, and it brings like you're eating the sandwich, and the onion has like a nice freshness to it, and it like lightens the the dish. But in this case, the onion was just so, it was like flaccid is like the best word I could use to describe it. It didn't taste like anything. It was like watery and like there was no crispness. It didn't freshen it up. It was just dull and boring like the rest of it. Which is I think like a huge detriment to the sandwich. So yeah, 1 out of 5. Not good. Not good. Possibly my least favorite, but
So you're not gonna whip out the 0?
not yet. I don't think it's quite a 0. Like I finished it. Like it wasn't. Like I didn't feel. It could have been worse.
For me, I am thankful to the chef for the opportunity to kind of rest easy in the middle, like the midpoint essentially of this culinary journey, because I think that the formaggio was fine for its worth. It was just like a very unexciting sandwich with nothing but cheese. Well, exactly. The CBR was absolutely dreadful. One of the worst things I've ever eaten, I will be bold to say. This was just like a very safe flavor, good old artificial prepackaged sauce. Like literally a monkey could do this, and
A monkey probably did.
yeah, a monkey could make this and probably result in roughly the same quality of a sandwich. It's a very safe, nostalgic flavor. Like somebody took beat up's wings, made them worse, and put them in between fucking 2 pieces of bread. This is a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I would say that I really like what they're trying to go for this dish. You know, with barbecue chicken, it already is a classic. It's a staple. Barbecue chicken is a staple. I really like what they were trying to go for, but I don't think they're really hitting that level. You know what I'm saying? I totally agree with Einish. The onions is a good idea, but badly executed. I do realize that they tried to cook it, but they didn't cook it. They were not cooking it towards caramelization. So it was in between like super raw and absolutely not like cooked, right? So it's not like you bite into it and you're like, oh, I taste the onion. It's like, dang, I don't know what this piece of plastic is in my mouth, right? So in terms of that, I didn't really like the texture there. The taste, you know, barbecue sauce is a classic, and so averaging, you know, the 2, I would also give it a 3 out of 5.
You guys are crazy.
I digress. I would beg to differ. I would like to say that you're underappreciating the flavorful nuances of the dish. The whole point, the artistic intent of this barbecue sandwich is to kind of address the very safe American family style of cooking. Like, no real spice to it, just artificial sauce out of a bottle, poorly made chicken, like very like, you know, white family, sort of like American rural, deep south sort of dish. If people in the south did not know how to cook.
Don't. Yeah. Okay,
It's like, it's kind of like an alternative universe sort of safe American family. Like, imagine American cuisine, everything that's bad about American cuisine, this sandwich somehow manages to highlight all the good aspects of bad American cuisine simply by existing. And I think for that alone, this sandwich deserves the 3 out of 5 that I gave it.
I was going to say the digs against the chicken of the South, not South American, Southern. How do you phrase it?
American South?
Yeah, from the American
South
yeah.
of America.
Yeah, yeah. So like,
English. English is not any of our first languages.
That is actually
technically,
true.
yeah, that is true. I was gonna say like fried chicken from the South is like actually very good.
Yeah, but you don't want like barbecue fried chicken.
I would have preferred it.
I would have preferred barbecue fried chicken.
I would too, but that's not the
So
no,
we-
that's not the classical American dish.
You know, we could wash this out with some White Castle afterward.
You tantalize the sentence. All right.
All right, so we're done with our third sandwich, and we're going.
Did we get the taste scores in?
Yeah, I did.
We're going-
Mexican is next.
The Mexican.
Oh,
You know,
really?
It is time to bring a little bit of exoticism to our palate.
Absolutely.
Get fiesta.
I am.
Are we still recording?
Looking forward.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
are.
I'm really looking forward to
Right.
this.
I am starting to get the footage. The Mexican.
The Mexican. I really like the little details they put. Like they omitted the dot on the eye to make it, look a little bit more hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Can I just point out that in one of the previous sandwiches, when we were, I believe it was the previous sandwich, it was called
Barbecue Chicks.
Chicks. Yeah, exactly. This is the exact same X. Like, it is literally drawn the exact
Oh,
same
you're
way
right,
as
you're
the
right.
K in the barbecue chicken.
It's probably just
Absolutely.
they had 26 people working, and each
Yeah.
of them have to write one letter.
Well, no,
over and over.
I interpret this differently. Like, think about it like this. The X had no place in the name of the chicken sandwich. It was barbecue chicken. It's a K.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was at the end and the word was cut off, this is the MCU of food. By changing the K into the X, they gave us the post-credit scene of the X in the Mexican.
I see.
They
That
are
is true.
providing continuity to our gastronomical journey.
I'm excited for the end game.
All right.
Oh, once again, a familiar
Once
sight.
again, a familiar sight.
Oh, that's a strong smell.
Oh!
Oh boy, is that blood? wait! Look at the front of the sandwich. I thought that was
Okay.
blood.
Can we just say that the sandwich lost
Lost a
some
few
life
fingers
there.
in there.
Look, I thought that was blood.
Yeah, you can definitely see the chef's sweat, blood, and tears running down the side of the sandwich over here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm.
The presentation is bold, to say the
we
least.
need to cut it.
Oh, wait! I'm getting an unbiased look, an outside perspective. All right, let us cut into this little baby. Ooh,
Oh,
you can see it.
My.
You can sense it.
Oh my. I have some things to say about the presentation.
All right, let's dig in.
The classic sound of wood, which is indicative of cutting in for
I would
Tostato
have to
sandwich.
say that this is by far the easiest sandwich to cut.
Oh, good.
So
All right, spread them out a little bit, and I'm gonna capture
The cross section.
a nice cross section. Oh, beautiful.
Oh.
You can literally see the meat that does not want to be contained
Isn't there
anymore.
supposed to be guacamole in this?
Yeah, I think so. A lot of ingredients. Also, I think jalapeno or something.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have the footage, ladies and gentlemen.
all right.
Fasten your fucking seatbelts.
Appearance. How are we rating this?
This might be my. I'm gonna have to think about this while I chew.
This might
but
be
this
my
might
zero.
be my zero.
Yeah, I was about to say.
The sandwich looks absolutely dreadful. There is nothing pleasant about the look of this.
Oh, I'm getting the one
This
that
is your
looks like...
second zero already. Wait,
No,
No,
no.
I gave a zero in taste, not a zero.
I don't think this would be a
presentation.
zero in taste. I feel like. I mean, I shouldn't count my chickens before they hatch. They could.
I will say very indicatively rough outside, indicatively soft
Oh
inside.
my god.
Oh my, the smell. The smell.
Ooh. Wow.
Somebody definitely spilled some black pepper into the sandwich. I assume it wasn't accidental, but you never know. Mmm. The sandwich is stupidly
Oh
spicy.
my god.
It-
What the fuck?
It's kind of like they added Tabasco in there or something like that.
Mm. I thought I just hit a bone in the ground beef.
Mm.
Mm.
Let me just say, the whole country of Mexico should be ashamed of having this sandwich named after it.
A shame. They should be angry.
Mm.
I would sue the. Oh, this is supposed to be chorizo. Remember?
Oh wow.
Also, there's no guacamole on this, like at all, or peppers.
Not in this economy.
Why?
I will be honest. As I am finishing this sandwich, I am overcome with regret upon the 0 that I gave to the CBR in the taste department.
Do you think we can be allowed to change? Because
Nope.
I think it's.
Well, I feel
it's
like-
not accurate then.
That is true.
It's not accurate.
Like, the thing is, I gave this is my rationale. I gave a 0 to the CBR sandwich because it tasted dreadful and it was atrocious. It tasted poorly. I did not enjoy it one bit. So in that sense, the 0 does represent my feelings accurately. But then once we look at it relatively, this is even worse.
So bad.
So like, we're kind of hitting a situation where
I think you should be allowed to change it because it's more accurate that you gave this a 0. The only reason you gave that a
They're
0.
gonna give that a 1 and give this a 0.
I think I'm gonna do that.
Alright.
I am getting ahead of myself, of course, but I cannot contain my emotions over this beautiful piece of culinary art.
Sorry, may I have some more water?
You can have some wax. Here you go.
There's no more water. Oh,
I was just gonna get
Yeah.
candle wax. Here you go, buddy.
thank you, my fine sir. Thank you.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Can we say that legally?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's patented. Like, it's just a phrase.
Alright, cool. Very original. Very nice.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Sorry, may I have some more water? I need to clean my palate a bit more.
Don't do that.
I'm kidding.
This is.
That is better than what I had in my mouth.
We have a little bit of class.
That's true.
We're eating Formaggio Tostato.
Yes, fine Italian dining.
Oh, you're right.
Fuck.
Wait, I miss perfect Italian pasta kitchen.
Thank you.
Alright.
That was just actually. Let's not offend two restaurants here.
Ugh.
Pizza House is a fine place.
Pizza House is fine, actually.
I know. Sorry.
Daniel, are you? I'm just gonna pass you the whole container.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, mama. I can still like feel the chef's little something playing with my taste buds, so I can understand Daniel's.
Here, pass it back.
Wait, no, that's mine. That's mine.
Oh, I
Pass it
am
behind over.
making a mistake.
Thank you.
All right. Can we just dive right in? Presentation's 0. It looked dreadful. It looked. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, no. Presentation's 0 for me. While we're on the topic of zeros, I think taste is also a 0 for me. I'm just gonna give 2 zeros because this was possibly the worst sandwich I've ever had. Like ever, without exaggeration. And I've had some bad sandwiches. No, I said presentation, but I just said while on the topic of zeros. So
No, I definitely relate to you.
yeah, yeah, that's for me. I'm kind of speechless, honestly. I don't know how you can fuck up a sandwich this hard, but they did it.
Would you like to say something?
Yeah, so
If you can.
I'll get to the taste.
Squeeze
in a
the
bit.
words out.
I'll get to the taste in a bit, but appearance-wise, it looks like something out of a haunted house. It looks like someone stuck their bloody finger, minced it a little bit, and chucked it in a sandwich.
Say that again.
It's horrifying, I would say. So I would have to give appearance a 1 out of 5.
Damn, you're still keeping that 0.
He's holding out for the
But-
pizza.
Here's the thing. In terms of a sandwich, I don't like. It's a sandwich. Right?
Is it?
Like no, like what we're judging
Sure.
is to judge a sandwich.
Fair.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
fair.
And so my like bare minimum is that in terms of appearance, the bare minimum is I can see the bread, the filling, and the bottom bread. I would not give like unless what's presented to me is actually not a sandwich. That's when I actually put a 0.
So you're just not gonna give a 0.
We'll see.
I think you're just not.
Well, you don't have to give
I guess you don't have.
You don't
to.
have-
That's
yeah.
fair.
anything a zero. So
We'll see. We'll see.
For me, there's more to a sandwich, and like, it's like all the pieces.
But what's
are
your
there.
bare minimum of a sandwich?
I mean, like all the pieces are there, but it just like doesn't come together at all. I think the sandwich is like a unit that's like a collective of like all the pieces together. This was
What is the bare minimum of your appearance? Like you can see everything.
I don't know if I have a bare minimum. I looked at it and like the first feeling I got was that's not a sandwich. Like that's just what my head screamed.
I will say, for my take on the presentation, I definitely understand where my colleague is coming from with the 0 out of 5.
Therefore,
The texture of the sandwich, like when we unwrapped it, it was quite marvelous, because the thing is, the promotional pictures of these sandwiches look absolutely ugly, and the whole reason we even decided to go through with this project is how ugly those pictures are.
Absolutely.
But in those pictures, the Mexican still had like, it had guacamole, it had
Jalapeno.
yeah, jalapeno
It
like
looked
dropping.
colorful.
Yeah, jalapeno was
It looked
dropping out.
colorful.
Guacamole was like leaking out on the side in the picture. But like once we unwrapped this sandwich here, like literally you could not tell the ingredients apart within that sandwich. It's just like this dog food, brown shaped, weirdly shaped, like discolored mass that's sort of like leaking yellow liquids out of the side of the sandwich.
Yeah.
It was so
yeah,
dreadful.
no, it,
It was supposed to
actually
have
looks
guac.
so different.
Maybe
It's
I don't know
so
if we can use that picture, but like
No, we can. I'll edit it.
okay, yeah, because this is definitely not what the end product
This
looked
is
like.
not what we saw.
And I will say, if I received a sandwich that looked like that, I would give it 2 out of 5 at most.
Mm-hmm.
This, like, I do not know what the minimum of a sandwich is supposed to be, but I think the academic argument that this was not it has to have some credibility because of how fucking atrocious this piece of garbage looked. So, like, I'm inclined, especially considering the fact that we are now allowed to move our zeros to correctly represent the relative scale of our descent into madness, frankly. I think this, a 0 out of 5 for presentation, is warranted and deserved.
All right.
Thank you.
In terms of health,
0.
really a
This is-
0.
This is 0. I would have to say there's no health benefits to it. There's no, and I'll explain why when I go to the taste, when I actually start analyzing what kind of ingredients they put in there.
All right, let's hear it. I want to hear it.
So I would say that okay, objectively they still had the bread. It's made out of bread, but the filling. The filling is mixed of this unknown kind of meat.
It's called chorizo.
They call it chorizo.
That's a good point, yeah.
They call it chorizo, and I was like, the spice mix was just off, right? It was way too spicy. I think I tasted a little bit of cumin.
Yeah,
right?
there's definitely
there
a
was
lot of
a lot of cumin.
Yeah, you taste
A
a
lot
little
of
bit
pepper.
of chef's cumin in
A
there.
lot of chef's cumin. It just doesn't seem like
Oh my god.
it's not healthy at all. Right? It's like when you're eating something that you don't even know what you're eating, that's
I have-
already a red flag.
I have one counterpoint to that, and the reason why I gave it a
Let's hear
1,
Mhm.
I gave it a 1 is because
You're giving health a 1.
I'm giving health a 1
Okay.
because the one saving grace is that this sandwich was not that greasy. There wasn't much cheese. It was just meat.
Was it?
Meat.
Yeah, but we
Was
don't
it?
know what it was. You know,
But
we
just the
don't
lack
know.
of cheese and the lack of grease, it was a very dry sandwich.
You could tell me it was impossible to eat. I would believe it. You would
I
tell
would.
me it's dog food. I
You
would
can
probably
you
like.
tell me it's potatoes. I would believe.
Yeah, it's
I don't
justifiable.
know what it is.
You know, the more I'm saying this and trying to defend it, I just want to give it a 0, but that would mean I give this thing 3 zeros.
Yeah, no, this is a particularly awful sandwich, even by the standards of this fine night. Okay, I will say for my health ranking, I would like to shed some light on mental health, which is also an important part of health.
Absolutely.
This sandwich made me feel unwell. I feel like my desire to be the best me has waned a little bit. I am not the same man as I was before we started recording this video. And, like,
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. These are hard times in the economy. These are what we get.
This is the food we have available.
this is not food.
Alright.
And all jokes aside, this is a fucking 0.
The health is 0 and the taste is 0.
Oh, well,
And the presentation.
fuck it. Yes. No, this sandwich fucking blows, okay? Like, there's nothing good about this sandwich. I don't know what it was made out of. It could very well be made out of alien goo that just shortened my lifespan by 25 years. I would not know any better. So yeah, it's a 0 in the health department, a 0 in the taste department, and a 0 for that dreadful presentation.
Okay, honestly, the more I'm sitting here, I'm getting a stomach ache, and I think it was from just how overly spiced this was.
This is definitely way overly spiced, but
I think I might-
appreciate the spice though. Like I don't absolutely hate the spice.
That's the only flavor you can actually recognize in the bouquet.
And
Yeah,
so,
I understand.
and as you know, through my culture, we eat a lot of spicy food, and I do appreciate the kind of spice that they were going for. It's just that because I didn't, well, I think, you know, just on behalf of me and my own personal opinions, right? I personally like the spice mix. Like I like the kind of spice they were going for. I did not like the texture, and I did not like whatever they tried to put in the center.
Yeah.
Therefore, I have to be giving taste as a 1.
You know, I think I may retract my previous statement on the health because I actually feel physically unwell right now. Like my stomach really hurts. So I think that kind of speaks for itself that it happened right after we ate this sandwich. Yeah, I'm gonna go straight 3 zeros. I might change one of them if one of them is just way worse, but I don't see that being I don't see that in my future. So yeah.
I don't see anything in my future.
Yeah, I've lost the ability to see. So because of this sandwich.
All right, we'll be back in a moment as we clear this plate off of whatever is on.
Yeah, we also need new water
whatever
because
cutting board over there.
Daniel decided to cleanse his palate properly. Which
this is.
it is hard to
I
believe.
would like to say, so
good fucking.
actually, no, I'm not going to say it out loud, but I'm going to show you the collective scores out of 45. that, and
What is
That is higher than I anticipated.
Wait, what is that?
You'll see.
Wait,
When,
just say it.
no, I don't
I mean,
wanna-
we are cutting this part out, literally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess we're getting this part. Alrighty, boys, it's 11 p.m.
Let's do this. We have 2 sandwiches left, right?
We do.
Yeah, we have
The Greek and the pizza.
Holy shit.
The fan favorites.
Fuck.
I am
no.
so not excited
I'm
for
not.
either.
Allow me to clean my plate off a little bit. I'm not gonna wash it. I'm just gonna scoot off the tree. So
I'm gonna let it sit. I'm just gonna
Let it
see what
sink in.
stays.
Oh,
That was actually the worst sandwich I've
that
ever
was
had.
the worst.
Like, that was so bad.
I was.
Oh, did
I
you
was
remove my
worse.
0 for the previous one?
Oh, wait, let me go there.
Yeah.
So all the zeros you previously placed, you have to place it in
So,
one.
did you say, which one did you say?
Well, no, none of the zeros that I gave out at this point stay. Like every other 0 changes to 1.
There's only one other
Yeah.
zero, I think.
For you too.
Oh, yeah, because it's at the health of it, yeah.
Yeah. A marginal improvement.
Alright.
Are you eating it?
Daniel, stop!
You dog.
Daniel, you're
This is
eating
the bread. This is the bread.
Are you enjoying the biscotti? Because I'm not.
All right. Hello, friends. We've just had another technical issue. We needed a little bit of time and space to empty our painful stomachs
And pallets.
and palates. Thank you very much for your patience.
And now, the dramatic entrance of.
Oh, is this the pizza?
It's the pizza.
Hold up.
Oh, okay.
The documentation needs to happen. All right.
Alright.
The pizza. You can see
The
that
squiggly
the
lines.
the eye is now turning into the X. This is like the MCU of sandwiches. As much as I hate the flavor that I'm seeing, the artistic choices behind the development of these beautiful foods is
immaculate.
remarkable.
Absolutely.
Inoculated is how I feel right now.
Rosho is inoculated.
Oh, some
Alright,
parts
let's
of
see
the
the
are
pizza.
loculated.
Ooh, I can see it's winking from me. It's like, you know,
It's a peeping tom.
the bride in the veil kind of giving me a wink. Pardon.
Oh,
I'm forgetting how to
my
speak English because
God.
it's beautiful food.
Oh!
Oh!
Baby!
Wow!
Do we have?
I am excited for this, my friends.
You can kind of see the pastrami.
That's not pastrami. That's pepperoni.
That is.
Oh,
Dang.
This is.
Are you sure this is pepperoni?
That's pepperoni.
I think this. Okay,
Unfortunately.
All right, I'm so sorry. I apologize for ruining the consecrated dish, but I need to get just a little peek. Ooh, baby.
Oh,
All right,
boy.
it's documented.
All right, let's chop it up.
You know, just from like a point, like straight up, just looking at it, I really like the layering. You know, it kind of looks like the ocean. It's like wavy. I love the artistical liberties that these people have done.
The imbalance in the sandwich, it's kind of leaning to one side, is really communicating the.
Absolutely, it's almost.
I don't know
as
what
if
it's communicating, but it's certainly communicating something.
I'm getting telepathic signals from this sandwich.
It's almost like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I see my joke was not appreciated.
No, it wasn't.
Not at all.
Ooh, I really like. Look at this. Look at this. So
Oh.
Daniel cut the sandwich, and you can see the mix of pizza sauce and ketchup starting to ooze out over the side here.
Wow.
This is
Oh
beautiful.
my.
This is like, we are witnessing miracles in nature, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Is this better or worse than the last sandwich appearance-wise?
All right, cut. Well, we have to make up our own minds as independent food critics. All right, and the footage has been received.
All right, let's.
You may
In terms
dig
of
in.
appearance, what do you all think?
I would say a 1 out of 5. I don't think it looks that bad. I think.
I would have to.
I think it's definitely a step up from the last one. There's some variety in the color. There's red and white, as opposed to just brown.
I know, but like
The pepperoni is really dry, like really dry.
the appearance though.
Oh
It's
my God,
very enticing.
this is just cold pasta pizza sauce.
Yeah, no, the pepperoni is like, I put a pizza from like Domino's in my fridge for like 5 days, forgot about it, then took it out, microwaved it like 2 times, and that's how dry the pepperoni is.
Oh,
The pizza sauce is honestly not bad.
yeah. I'm gonna have some takes on this one. All right. Was anyone getting an aftertaste?
Well, again, the pepperoni is clearly aged,
Oh.
which you do have to appreciate. This is a choice.
They dry aged their pepperoni.
And like a fine wine, it only gets better with age.
Oh,
Mm.
oh my.
This pepperoni might be older than me.
I think this pasta sauce is older than me. It's so concentrated.
I'm not gonna lie. Pasta sauce is a welcome addition. The pasta sauce is actually okay.
It's just average.
Who that? Hey,
We're on our last sandwich.
we're on our last
We're almost
sandwich.
there.
We'll be done in like 10 minutes.
Okay. I gotta do the laundry.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hit the light, please?
Yes.
We'll be done shortly.
All right, appearance. What do you all think?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna swing a little high. This is a 2 out of 5 appearance-wise. Like I appreciate. I've seen this. I've seen sandwiches where like the meat kind of leaks out, like the cured sliced meats kind of leak out the sides, and it looked almost like a sandwich that I would buy. Like if I saw this, I wouldn't buy it, but it looks almost like the third cousin of a sandwich that I would buy. It's among closer to something that I could actually.
So are you on
see
taste or
myself.
presentation?
Presentation's a 2 out of 5. I think it looked okay. First, initially, I was kind of shocked at how it looked. I thought it looked terrifying, but once we cut it up and once it was sliced and I got to see it, it was okay. Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay, I will say this is, in my opinion, the only sandwich so far that actually looked better in real life than in those DoorDash pictures, which I do appreciate. The author's intent, no doubt. The auteur's vision. I, at the same time, cannot ignore the fact that, like, in you know, on the website they have this pasta sauce, ketchup looking red stuff goo oozing out of the sandwich, and here is just like dry pepperoni giving you like a very timid, almost an uninspiring look of the boring, bland bouquet of flavors that you're about to witness on your tongue. It communicates its purpose and intent very well, and I think I'm gonna give this a 3.
This might be a hot take.
Yeah.
In terms of appearance, I think this deserves a 10 out of 5.
Really?
Yeah. The artistic liberty that this chef has placed in, you know, both the placement of the pepperoni, the excess amount of sauce you put in there as you cut in to unleash the flavor, unleash the waves. I have never seen anything like it.
So I can't give it a 10. Like, it's not on the scale.
Then I have to say this is a 5 out of 5 appearance sandwich.
Alright.
Bold opinions all around.
So there's a reason I haven't given, I could be wrong, but I don't think I've given anything above it to.
Yeah, because they're all dreadful. So. That's very fair.
Alright. In terms of health,
I personally think that this, the health of this sandwich is actually by far the healthiest sandwich we've eaten so far. The tomato comes with a lot of vitamins. It comes with a lot of proteins with the...
I gave the barbecue chicken a 3. My bad. I thought that looked okay.
The bread, unfortunately, for me, it was undercooked.
That's just been a common trend. You have to accept it at this point.
The bread is always like overcooked on the outside and raw on the inside. That's like a staple.
It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate.
It's just how the genre goes.
They have an innovative way of making their sandwiches, I think, where they bake. They don't pre-bake the bread ahead of time. They just kind of have like slabs of dough, and they put the fillings in. They bake the bread while they bake the sandwich.
Yeah, that is very possible.
So unfortunately, I'll have to give this a 4 out of 5.
In the health department, this is fine, in my opinion. I'm not a health expert. I think this sandwich is uninspiring in all the best ways when it comes to health. It's just a little bit of pasta, a little bit of pepperoni, just your average pizza slice without all the excessive carbs, because all the like raw dough you're gonna puke out in 15 minutes anyways. So I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 5. It's pretty average.
Yeah, in terms of health, I don't know if I can say any of these are like actually healthy so far. That being said, it's not detrimental. So 2 out of 5 for me. Yeah, 2 out of 5. It's all right. And in terms of taste, I guess I'll just start.
Go ahead.
I actually didn't think this tasted half bad. I thought it tasted bad, but like it was okay. And in terms of flavor, I'm gonna go as high as a 3. It's bread, pasta sauce, and pepperoni, and a little bit of cheese. And I actually remarked, I was shocked at like when I tasted the sauce, I was like, this tastes okay. So yeah, it's a 3 for me.
I think the pasta sauce was fine, but you can't well, okay, I'm not gonna say you can't ruin pasta sauce out of a can, because this place has exceeded and subverted my expectations on multiple occasion. But I do think that other than the pepperoni being aged like a fine wine and like dry on my tongue, this was pretty okay. I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 5, which for this restaurant is quite a high score.
Yeah. In terms of my taste, I would have to agree with Inesh's perspective on the good old familiar pasta sauce. Unfortunately, the dough was raw, and I did not really like the bread this time, so I'll be giving it a 2 out of 5.
What did you give health again, Daniel?
I think I gave it a 4 out of 5.
All right.
Cool. All right, moving on.
All right, this is our last
Final
sandwich.
The dessert, if you will.
And then
We
Brendan can do his
have-
laundry.
Yeah, we have been occupying the basement rather insidiously.
The Greek.
All right, let me cut straight to the chase. The G looks like a B, which is on brand for the restaurant. The classic
Greek.
KX mixture, the FCU, Formaggio Tostato Cinematic Universe. Let's dig in. Without further ado.
Oh, it's
it's
There
literally
it is.
bursting
There it
out
is.
of the
There it
bursting
is.
out.
Little baby bird coming out of its shell. A very timid presentation, if I may.
Interesting.
Huh. Very unassuming.
Seems like it's well hidden, whatever content it has.
Right. While Daniel is putting away the sandwich box, I am making sure to capture the specimen from all angles. Let us commence the dissection of the specimen.
Get a load of that cross section. I have no idea what those are.
Papa.
This is definitely an interesting looking dish, I will have to say. Not that Formaggio Tostato has failed to excite and surprise
And shock.
and shock on occasion. Okay, we
Are
have.
those mushrooms or are those?
I think that is. We are going to find out. Let this be a
olives or
surprise.
mushrooms?
Honestly, presentation
Alright.
wise, I am
Footage is
pleasantly
received.
surprised.
They have onions in them.
Oh, a rather okay smell, if I will say so myself. I do say so.
Interesting.
It doesn't smell half bad.
It smells like bell pepper. Not bell pepper, my bad. Banana
Wow.
pepper.
I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't taste half bad.
This doesn't taste that bad. Other than, the raw dough on the inside and then
The dryness.
the
is so
the
dry.
dryness on the outside, yeah. The olives are not fresh, you can clearly tell.
I don't think anything's fresh in this.
That's a fair point. That said, by the standards of the night, I would say this is probably among my favorites.
I think this is my favorite. This is my favorite sandwich so far. By a landslide.
I will say I'm growing very appreciative of the simpleness of the formaggio. The fewer ingredients, the fewer ingredients you fuck up. Very simple. Basic math. You're up.
In terms of presentation, I was gonna say, I would give this 3. I like the variety of the colors, and it didn't look horrifying. So that kind of scoots it up into the positive for me. Yeah, 3 out of 5. Not much to say. A very simple sandwich, but a very surprisingly palatable one.
I'm gonna give this a sandwich a 4 out of 5 in the presentation department. I think it is very bold that it decides to go with the J.J. Abrams ideology of presentation. It's a mystery box. You look at the sandwich, you can't see any of the ingredients. It's kind of like a closed chest. Then you open up the chest, you look at Davy Jones's heart, and you have no idea what the fuck it is. Are those olives? Are those mushrooms? Who knows? And unlike the Mexican, there is there's certain warmth in that ambiguity because you're not consuming dog food. Like you can actually taste the aged but real ingredients on this sandwich, which kind of it goes into the taste department. But I would say that the presentation does carry some extra value to me in retrospect once I actually put the olives in my mouth. So I'm gonna say a good 4 out of 5.
In terms of presentation, I really like the color scheme. Once you cut it before it's a mystery box, but once you cut it in, you get the colors right off the bat. So yeah, I would also give it a 4 out of 5.
In terms of health,
This is by far the healthiest sandwich we've eaten.
easily the healthiest.
Easy the
sandwich.
healthiest, yeah.
I was gonna give it a 4 out of 5. I think, like health-wise, I still can't really give it a 5 because the age of the ingredients, the fact that it's from Formaggio Tostato,
Yeah.
factors at play.
Yeah.
But a
Good.
4 out of 5. It's shockingly like this won't expand your waistline as much as the other stuff from Formaggio Tostato.
I regret to inform the viewer that I will not have given a single grade higher than 3 in the health department today. I think the sandwich is a 3 out of 5 simply because of the fact that I have been consuming raw dough in the last minute. So I cannot in good conscience give this anything higher than a 3, but on the spectrum, this is probably marginally the best. If I could give like a 3.1, I would, but I'll just be honest, frankly, 3 out of 5.
I would say I would agree with Oleg that my portion also had raw dough in it. However, I would also agree with Einish, knowing that this has there's a lot of greens in it, not a lot of oil, won't increase your waistline. However, it doesn't have that much protein in it.
Yeah, there's a distinct lack of. There's feta cheese. There was feta cheese. Feta cheese has protein.
I mean, the amount of feta cheese within this dish is minuscule in my piece.
Protein.
So, I would also have to give it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, 3 out of 5 for Daniel.
That's a cup.
But yeah, we didn't have a cup each, so
No.
yeah.
Yeah, it's more like it. Okay.
And now the taste, of course. I'll be honest, this was the best tasting sandwich by far. Still considerably subpar to like even the worst sandwich in any chain restaurant. But by the standards of this establishment, this was spectacular and immense. I'll give it a 4 out of 5.
I was gonna ride that same energy. I was thinking this is a 4 out of 5. I finished the sandwich, and I don't feel ashamed of myself
That's a good way to put it.
as much as the rest of them. And taste-wise, I would bite into it, and I was like, oh, I taste the brininess of the banana peppers, or
The
brine-
age of the olives.
the age of the olives, or the dryness of the cheese. But again, for this restaurant, this is a 4 out of 5 for me. This is also, if I were to like scale this up for like normal food, it wouldn't really be out of 5, it'd be out of 100. So
Yeah, true.
taste-wise, a 4 out of 100, very accurate normally, but for this restaurant, 4 out of 5.
Our standards have been lowered over the course of the night, and despite the professionalism of our experienced food criticism, we are not immune to biases, of course.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to disagree with both of you and give it a very low score. Although the appearance makes it such that we would be expecting it to be a very vibrant flavors. I felt that with the raw dough and the very, very aged olives, it takes away everything away. I did not taste the
Every
banana
sandwich
pepper.
so far had raw dough.
Every sandwich.
I did not taste the feta cheese.
Oh, actually, I tasted the feta.
Okay,
It's
let's.
hard.
And so
Sorry.
it was very unfortunate because I was expecting a lot and it just didn't come through. And even more unfortunate is that I actually don't like olives.
Oh,
Yeah. So I actually do not. So imagine biting into something that you're expecting more of, and it ends up just tasting like the worst thing that I would put into my mouth.
We have a divergence in professional opinion.
Yeah.
here.
So unfortunately, I would have to give this a 0 out of 5.
So
understandable.
yeah, wow.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate.
I mean, if you don't like olives and you get a sandwich with mostly olives,
Yeah, that would sink it.
you are bound to not enjoy it. So very understandable.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to announce our final scores and rankings for the Formaggio Tostato sandwiches. Without further ado, here we go.
All right. So starting in last place, in 6th place we have the Mexican with a whopping 2 out of 45 points.
Truly a dreadful fucking sandwich.
That is terrifying.
Genuinely the worst sandwich I've ever had, maybe ever, of all time. Dog food and bread.
Nice.
Little fun fact: Oleg and I both gave this one a a whopping 0 for all categories. So it
And
had
it fucking deserved it.
meaning the
Wow.
only 2 points it got came solely from Daniel.
Hello there.
So moving on, in 5th place we have the CBR with a whopping 14 out of 45 points.
A good few of those points were given to the CBR simply because we've already exhausted our zeros in the dreadful Mexican.
And yeah, but if there was ever a sandwich that deserves second to last, it is the CBR. It is horrible, and my lifespan has been shortened from eating it.
Well put.
In 3rd to last, in 4th place, we have the Formaggio. The Formaggio, the one and only, the original, the classic, with a whopping 20 out of 45 points.
I will say I've been more generous to this sandwich. I think what's really saves the formaggio is the fact that there are way too few like ingredients to actually fuck them up properly. So just by rule of elimination, you're eating like raw bread and cheese, which is by far better than some of the sandwiches we've sampled tonight. Yeah.
All right, moving on. Oh, we have a tie for.
No way.
We actually do have a tie for third and second place.
Oh boy.
And that tie goes to the barbecue chicken and the pizza,
Wow.
both with 26 out of 45 points. Yeah, I don't really have much to say. They were both like okay for this restaurant.
Dreadful in general, okay for this restaurant. I probably would have gone with the barbecue chicken by a little margin, but I agree they're kind of on par. I was expecting to hate the pizza, but it's a toss-up
actually- yeah,
between
no,
two
it's actually
gross
fine.
sandwiches that you should never eat. Yeah.
I guess this is what's trying to tell us is that store-bought sauce is actually all pretty much the same.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You shouldn't. Yeah.
And last but not least, in first place, we have the Greek with a whopping 29 out of 45 points.
That's a pass.
And is that a pass? I'm going to do a quick division. 29 divided by 64%.
I mean, curved grade, this is a
Curved
pass.
grade, this is a pass.
This is a pass.
If you curve up, then yeah, this is a pass.
And considering how poorly all the other students performed in the class, I feel like a curve is necessary.
Absolutely.
So the Greek is also a very dreadful sandwich, which is by far the best of the bunch from this shitty restaurant.
Congrats.
All in all, I would give Formaggio Tostato a D minus. I'm not even gonna use numbers. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna offend the restaurant directly,
But
but
I might
if,
cut this out.
if Formaggio Tostato was a person, like I don't want to offend Formaggio Tostato, but if I imagine that I was talking to Formaggio Tostato while I was talking to Daniel, I would tell Daniel to go fuck himself.
That's pretty harsh. I think that this restaurant is doing something very innovative, and for that, I congratulate you.
Yeah, they're making bad food and asking for money.
I really
order
like the.
to-
Oh, sorry.
You know,
My apologies.
I feel like there's definitely a lot of room for improvement, but these improvements could be done. Like honestly speaking, these are not difficult things to make. No, it's not. It's really like these are like college student kind of food levels, and I feel like if Formaggio Tostato can just either get kind of better equipment for their bread, just make better bread, try to make their own sauce, even try to use fresh ingredients. I would see a very, very brighter future for this restaurant. Honestly speaking.
What I was going to say is actually that when The Last Jedi came out, I liked it very much. So when everybody was complaining about Rian Johnson ruining the movie by subverting expectations, I didn't understand what they were talking about. Every single time I put a sandwich from Formaggio Tostato in my mouth, my expectations were completely subverted, and they have exceeded my lowest marks in terms of, like, the lowest of the low in terms of expectations when it comes to presentation and taste, especially because, like, I knew I was going to shorten my lifespan by 7 years when I signed up for this. Yeah, this is dreadful, awful.
I never thought I would. If you ever wanted to know what it was like to eat a sandwich that was just farted into existence,
This is it.
this is it.
Especially
The Mexican.
The Mexican.
The Mexican was quite literally farted into existence.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Thank you very much for your attention. Go away now. All right, we'll cut this up. Let's do a proper one.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Beyond the Silver Screen, and we will see you sometime.
Someday. Somewhere.
Over the rainbow,
Birds fly. We're gonna get coffee.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's get out of here.